Hi, this is Betty Bassett with the Betty Bassett production, and I am starting day one on reading the Encyclopedia. Um, I watch a lot of Matthew Hussey on YouTube, and like he stated all of the ways that we try to be confident and just being confident. So, yeah, I think a lot of things has kept me back from this venture that I'm starting, which will be reading the um, Encyclopedia Britannica, um, one word at a time. um, okay, so very inspired by Elon Musk because I highly believe in developing our imagination and our creativity. And a lot of our intelligence, imagination, creativity, and all of that stems from vocabulary, like the words we know. And then we deposit, like, I we derive ideas from it, but then we also deposit like you know critical thought um within the context of words. So Elon Musk has read the entire encyclopedia 3 times. I don't know that I'm going to be that good, but okay. So I have read a lot of words, and I they just don't make sense because I don't know everything, and so please forgive me. I'm just begging you ahead of time because a lot of it's just like nonsensical, and I'm just gonna be like, I have no idea what I just read. um, and then I will take divergences and side roads, and take um I will tell stories about my life, that are neither here nor there. So yes, okay, let's get started. So we are in the 11th edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica, volume 12. We have Johann George Gitchel. Okay, my superpower is mispronouncing names and probably mispronouncing vocabulary all in general. So please forgive me. Okay, 1638 to 1710. So that tells me that he lived like I don't know, during the Age of Enlightenment, during the age of when North and South America was being like discovered, the Age of Discovery. So that's like a little bit after the Middle Ages. So the Middle Age cutoff is 1500. I think the Dark Middle Ages, it's like 500 to 1500. So we're talking, 100 years after. That's, I don't know anything about the modern age, but, like ancient history and like the Middle Ages, I'm kind of, so yeah, okay, so we are going to talk about this German mystic. Okay, so I have no idea, like, what mystic means, somebody that believes in, like, mysterious stuff, I guess. But, so he's from Germany, was born in Regensburg, where his father was a member of the Senate. Having acquired at school an acquaintance of Greek, Hebrew, Syriac, and even Arabic, he proceeded to Strasbourg to study theology. So, like, during that time, the Catholicism was like, the greatest power among the greatest power. Okay, that according to me, which according to what I've read. So, yeah, whatever, right? um, So he knows like 4 languages, which is like very impressive. But finding a theological predilection of J.S. Schmidt and P.J. Spencer distasteful, he entered the faculty of law. So you have to have like, you know, a great capacity for language if you want to study law, because then you're like looking at the meaning of words as well as, you know, the logic and, you know, the ideas that, you know, like how to convince someone in court, how to govern, how to as well as the meaning of words. This is very important. He admitted an advocate first at Spires and then at Regensburg, but having become acquainted with the Baron Justinianus von Welz, a Hungarian nobleman who cherished schemes for reunion of Christendom and conversion of the world, and having himself become acquainted with another world in dreams and visions, an energetic promoter of the Christian Edification Society of Jesus. So I think if I have this right, okay, so there's like the Greeks, like whenever you study ancient history, then you start out with the Greeks, then you go to the Romans, and like the Greeks have all of their Greek gods, and the Romans like borrowed all of the Greek gods and just changed their names. And then of course, you know, you have like way up north, like in Norway, they have their Norse gods. But like then after the Roman gods, after the Roman era was like Christianity, because, you know, Christ was born. And so there's like this huge movement, you know, after the sack of Rome, to like during the Middle Ages, you know, then Catholicism and Christianity really took hold in Europe. So the movement in its beginnings provoked at least no active hostility, but when Gitchel began to attack the teaching of the Lutheran clergy church, especially upon the fundamental doctrine of justification by faith, he exposed himself to a prosecution which resulted in a sentence of banishment and confiscation. After many months of wandering and occasionally romantic adventure, he reached Holland in January of 1667 and settled at Zo, don't know how to say that word, where he cooperated with Frederick Brecklin, who shared his views and aspirations. Always nice to meet someone who share your views and aspirations, you know, that's probably better than any Christmas. Let's see. Having become involved with troubles with his friend, okay, Gitchel, after a period of imprisonment, was banished for a term of years from Zol, finally found a home in Amsterdam, where he made the acquaintance of Antoinette Berignen, and in a state of poverty, which, however, never became destitution, lived out his strange life of visions and daydreams, of prophecy and prayer. That's quite interesting. It reminds me of, I think, the story of Joseph in the Bible, where he, like, Joseph of the many colored coats. Okay, I don't know if I have the name right. So like he like what like his brothers didn't like him, threw him down a well, and then like he became a slave. Like some people came by and fished him out, and then they sold him to um the pharaoh. And no, they sold him to somebody in Egypt. And then he had this like these dreams of like cows and whatever. No, the the pharaoh had dreams of cows and I don't know. So then so then the guy in the Bible, I think his name's Joseph. I don't know. Like he's like, oh well, that means that uh that Egypt is going to have 5 years of famine, and we have to prepare. And so it actually came true. So then it's quite a fascinating story in the Bible. I just love that story so much. Um, yeah, that's kind of like what it reminds me of. When they're like he's having all these strange visions. Okay, so he became an ardent disciple of Jacob Boehme, whose work is published in 1682. But before the time of his death, on the 21st of January 1710, he attracted himself a small band of followers known as Gittelians, or Brethren of Angels, who propagated certain views at which he arrived independently of Boehme, seeking ever to hear the authoritative voice of God within them and endeavoring to attain to a life altogether free from carnal desires. No comment. Like that of angels in heaven who neither marry nor given in marriage. They claim to exercise a priesthood. After somebody just recently said that like the angels were actually aliens that like came down from outer space and intermingled with human beings, intermingled with apes or something, and that created human beings. Okay, so that's like a wild conspiracy theory, but I just thought I'd throw it out there because that's like so bizarre. But I mean, hey, I'm not going to pass judgment on anything. I'm just putting it out there. They claim to exercise a priesthood after the order of Melchizedek, appeasing the wrath of God. Okay, so appeasing the wrath of God is like a really awesome concept because like the Greeks and the Romans were like always in trouble with their gods. Like they can't say, oh, I'm just so much more beautiful than such and such, because then, the gods would get jealous and strike them down, and like, bad things would happen to them. So yeah. Like you could never be greater than, the Greek and Roman gods, which are essentially the same, because those gods are very jealous, and they do like to take vengeance. So you have to watch your place. um, okay, so I don't know. Maybe the Christian God is like borrowing from the Greek and Roman gods, as far as the temperament, but who am I to say? And ransoming the souls of the lost by suffering endured vicariously after the example of Christ. Okay. While, however, Boehme desired to remain a faithful son of the church. Okay, so Gitchel's correspondence was published without his knowledge by Gottfried. Okay, I don't want that name. That's an awful name, but I mean, unless your name is Gottfried, then I have no comment and no opinion. Gottfried Arnold, a disciple in 1701. Okay, they're killing me with dates here. It has been frequently reprinted under Theosophia Practica, the 7th volume, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's interested. Okay, so what's my takeaway on this person? Why is he in the encyclopedia? I don't know. Mystic. He was described as a mystic. German. Religious. Okay. Yes, so we have examined a person of history. So we're all the wiser. I'm so glad that you've been on this journey with me through many a very, like, I don't know, interesting and not so interesting, like, you know, just kill me now, you know, but ideas or words or so thank you for coming on this journey with me and making the effort to improve your mind. Okay, so here I wrote something. Okay, improve your creativity, be more intelligent. Elon Musk. Okay, so Elon Musk said, learn as much as possible, young people and old people alike. And there's this concept with Sherlock Holmes where there's, like, I don't know, something about a mind castle. Like I think as far as learning, you know, you have to come across material like maybe 1 to 9 times, you know, 1 to 5, 1 to 7 times, you know, before, like, it really stays with you. Not that you need this person to stay with you, but you know, just everything builds together, like constructs together, fits together, kind of like Lego pieces. And so, like, yeah, so that's what builds your creativity and imagination. So it's okay if this item, this piece, this person, you know, is not relevant in your life right now. It's not, you know, anything, but it's good to have come across it, because, like, vocabulary, you know, will lay the foundation of your creativity. Trust me, I've read a lot of books. Okay, so thank you. There will be another word that I will go over tomorrow, hopefully, if I can get my hair to cooperate with me. Alrighty, have a great day.